we went from having this healthy pregnancy, having twin girls, and they're identical, you're excited, and then all of a sudden you don't know if anybody's going to survive the day. How are we going to address this? How are we going to help them? You're trying to keep them alive. You're not trying to make sure that they are getting a good education. You're not trying to make sure that they're riding their bicycle. That's where ERC stepped in. Girls had twin transfusion syndrome. To kind of give you an analogy, Sarah Kate was in an Olympic-sized swimming pool, and Anna Claire was wrapped in cellophane because Sarah Kate, she was receiving so much fluid, so much volume that her organs were being overtaxed. They were 15 weeks early. Sarah Kate came out at 1 pound and 7 ounces, and Anna Claire came out a few grams less than 1 pound. We had no idea what an intraventricular hemorrhage was, or a paraventricular leukomalacia was, or what cerebral palsy was, or what hydrocephalus was. You don't know these things, and these things you learn about in little snippets as you go along. We were just in the dark. We knew it was bad. We didn't know how bad, but it was horrifying. Like, people came in and they were able to say, you know what, we've seen this before, because we had never seen this before. This was not part of the plan. When the Richardson Center came in, and they knew about tube feeding, and they knew about cerebral palsy, and it was like a whole different world opened up for us. It saved us. Every morning when you go in there, and they're laughing or they're being silly, and every bedtime, every story at night, every game that you play, every walk that you take, every milestone you reach. Yeah.
One of the hardest pieces is being dad, is that dads are supposed to fix everything, dads are supposed to make it okay. And there were so many times that I just couldn't make it okay. And it was the Richardson Center that helped us make it okay.
The Elizabeth Richardson Center started in 1963 with one teacher, Elizabeth Richardson, and since then we've grown to serve, hundreds of individuals through the whole entire lifespan, from birth till the end of life. Primarily, we deal with developmental disabilities, which would include epilepsy or cerebral palsy, seizure disorders, but we really do serve the full spectrum of disabilities out there. So it could be somebody who had maybe later in life had a traumatic brain injury or a spinal cord injury, so really anybody with a disability. We have the Child Development Centers, and at the Child Development Centers we serve individuals from birth through 5 years of age. If a child is coming to our Child Development Centers, they can receive, it's like a daycare center where they're getting educated.
Glad you came to school today.
But they also can receive therapies.
This is the physical therapy room, but it also is used for occupational therapy. So we have activities that can be used for gross motor, which is physical therapy, which means activities that require big muscle movements and balance and coordination.
A little bit more. Oh, there. Oh, that was good with your eyes.
We also have items that OT uses also to work on fine motor coordination, which would be things like holding the crayon and dressing themselves, as well as just kind of total upper body.
Is that great?
Snow.
Children here not only come and get PT, OT, or speech, or physical therapy, occupational and speech therapy, they also during the day have habilitation goals. So they have goals that they work on in the classroom also.
We also have our life skills program, and that's a program that people can attend to learn different skills that they would use out in the community then if they got, let's say if they got their own apartment. How to do your laundry, how to do your cooking. We have a full kitchen there where they can practice their cooking skills. We have washers and dryer. They can practice washing and drying clothes. They also offer classes, computer classes. The life skills building also includes 2 sensory rooms, and the sensory equipment in there includes different lights, different sounds, different textures that the individuals can feel. One room is actually considered like a calming room, and the other room is more of a stimulating type room. So people with different sensory disabilities, for example, autism, often find that they can relieve stress in that room.
What color is that?
Oh, that's cool.
Blue?
Sorry, no, green.
There you go.
So much can be learned and taught from just getting your hands dirty. We received money to build a greenhouse and gardening project as part of our life skills program. It's actually a class that is taught in the greenhouse each week as part of the life skills program. However, it's right here at the homes, and so the homes and the people that live in the homes benefit from the project.
We also have our intermediate care facilities. It's a home that's out in the community. You wouldn't even know if you drove by it that it was different than anybody else's house. Each home houses 10 individuals, and each individual has their own bedroom. They share a bathroom with one other person, and there's a common kitchen and living areas.
We try and make it a point to show everybody that this is their home and we're their guests here. And what we do is try and take what that person wants and needs and develop it into a plan for them to succeed. One of the things we really expect out of the clients here is to do as much for themselves as they can do. We really try to focus on their abilities and what they are capable of doing.
Every day you see major progress when they're making their own decisions. This is just a stepping stone. This facility here is just a stepping stone towards that goal, to where, they can have their own apartment and make their own decisions on buying food and paying their bills and all that stuff. So, that's what it's all about.
Renee is a great example, somebody that lived in our facilities here for 15 plus years, and we worked with her and we trained her and we taught new skills, and we worked with her family and a lot of other agencies to provide the best service we could for Renee. So that one day came about last year, that Renee was ready to move into a more independent setting.
Hey, I in the goofball.
I'm Sheila Reynolds. I'm Renee's mother.
I'm the daughter.
What's your name?
Renee. Yes. Yep.
If they have waiver services, and they can decide, do they want to live with their family and have maybe a waiver staff that comes and takes them out bowling or shopping or to the library. But they could also use waiver to live in their own apartment and have staffing in their apartment, helping them to learn those skills that you need to live eventually alone in your apartment.
Yes, I do. I saw these.
She gets to do what she wants to. So that's the thing about the waiver system. When these girls grow up, they get to get out in the world. They get to see things. Renee's doing things that I couldn't imagine she'd ever do. They told us Renee never walked, and she never talked. But nothing. It's hard to accept. I guess that's the hardest part. Real hard. But when you do, look what I got.
She got me.
There's nobody else got her, I'll tell you.
Oh, cool.
I'd like for that doctor to see her.
Oh, God.
I really
was walking.
I'd like to have him see what he missed.
Yep. Okay. Bye.
We also have our Richardson Industries program, and at that program it's a vocational training center, so individuals can come in, they'll actually be doing light assembly work and earning a small wage while they're here. With most of the people who come into that program, their goal is to get a job out in the community. The adults that we're serving in our programs, often they just want to be like you and me. They just want to have a job. They want to have a nice house. They want to live in a nice community. They want to be part of the community. Without the programs that we offer, I think there'd be a lot of families that were desperate and didn't know what to do. And I think the fact that we have our children's services that can come in early in an individual's life and maybe make it so that individual doesn't even need services as an adult. If they do still need services, this means they aren't just sitting home or just walking the streets or living homeless. This means they're getting the support they need to get a job, to have a place to live, to be a contributing member of society.